What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Literary Sources with Lighted Taylor. Today we're looking at part of Patriae literary sources, and we're joined by a little turkey called Papa Turkles. So let's grab this book and get started. So the first source is Allgustas Returns by Horace from 23 BC. May his wife rejoice in a matchless husband, having sacrificed to true gods, appear now with our famous leader's sister, and all dressed in holy ribbons. The mothers of virgins and youths now safe and sound, and you, O you boys and you young girls who are still without husbands, spare us any of your ill-omened words. I'll not fear civil war, nor sudden death by violence, while Caesar has command of the earth. My greying hair softens, a spirit eager for arguments and passionate fights. So part of being part of Patriae was being a paterfamilias, which was a head of the family, the male head of the family. Obviously the biggest responsibility. So he's a matchless husband, Augustus is. He's the best husband, and with his sister Octavia, he's dressed in ribbons as a priest would, and he's protecting mothers, he's protecting the youths, and he's protecting the whole city. He's being the paterfamilias for the whole of Rome by protecting them from civil war. The next one is Carmen Seculari from Horace in 17 BC. O gentle Ilithia, duty revealing the child at full term, now protect gentle mothers. Goddess, nurture our offspring, bring to fruition the Senate's decrees concerning wedlock, of women who bear us more of our children than laws of marriage. Now faith and peace, honour, and ancient modesty dare to return once more with neglected virtue and blessed plenty, dares to appear again, now with her flowing horn. So this is the Leges Iuliae, bringing back the good marriage laws, not being an adulterer, and bearing lots of children. It's part of the paterfamilias' job to make sure that the legacy lives on. The next is Moral Decadence by Horace, 23 BC. Our age, fertile in its wickedness, has first defiled the marriage bed, our offspring and homes. Disaster stream has flowed from this source through the people and the fatherland. The young girl early takes delight in learning Greek dances and being dressed with all the arts, and soon mediates sinful affairs with every fibre of her new being. Later, at her husband's dinners, she searches for younger lovers, doesn't mind to whom she grants all her swift illicit pleasures, when the lights are far removed, but she rises. The young men who stain the Pudic Sea with blood, they were not born of such parentage, those who struck at Pyrrhus, and struck a great Antiochus, and fearful Hannibal, and soon to bear still more sinful children. So again, this is referencing the Leges Iuliae. It punished adultery, so it's looking down on this girl who's clearly being a bit of a floozy, even though she's married. And it also punished not getting married. I can't remember exactly how. I'll have to look into that. But it did, in fact, the Leges Iuliae, it punished both adultery and abstaining from marriage. It also brought into question the legitimacy of the noble children, if people are going around sleeping with everyone even though they're married. No one really knows whose child is whose, and therefore the noble family bloodlines are being tainted almost with plebeian or less noble blood. The next is Drusus and the Claudians by Horace from 13 BC. Youth and his native vigour first launching him fresh to his labours, by Augustus's fatherly feelings towards his stepsons the Neros could do. By the brave and good are the brave created, their sires' virtues exist in horses and men, while the ferocious golden eagles don't produce shy doves, but education. So this is showing Augustus as a father figure. He's having his stepsons and his adopted sons out in public, and having a good role model breeds role models. So Augustus, being a brave and good father, creates sons that are brave and good. The next source is Metamorphosis by Ovid from 8 AD. This is the deification of Julius Caesar. He will direct morality by his own example, and looking to the future ages and coming generations, he will order a son, Tiberius, born of his virtuous wife, to take his name and his responsibilities. Meanwhile, take up Caesar's spirit from his murdered corpse and change it into a star, so that the deified Julius may always look down from his high temple on our capital and forum. So Augustus is fulfilling Caesar's will, and Tiberius is fulfilling Augustus's will. Augustus is being a good paterfamilias for Tiberius by bringing him into the limelight and imposing his responsibilities and teaching him how to be a good ruler for Rome. And the next is the Res Gestae Divi Augusti, always a long one. I alone was to be responsible for the laws and morals with supreme power, and thirdly with consular imperium I carried out a lustrum with Tiberius Caesar, my son and colleague, in the consulship of Sextus Pompeius and Sextus Apuleius, at which 4,937,000 Roman citizens were counted. My sons Gaius and Lucius Caesar, whom fortune tore from me when they were youths, were for my honour designated as consuls by the Senate and people of Rome when they were 14, so that they would enter their magistracy after a period of 5 years. The Senate and the Equestrian Order and the whole people of Rome gave me the title of Patriae, Father of the Country, and this was to be inscribed in the entrance hall of my house, and in the Curia Julia, and in the Forum of Augustus below the chariot which had been put there in my honour by senatorial decree. When this was written, I was 76 years of age. So he's again teaching Tiberius how to do the lustrums. He's showing the citizens that he's working with his son. And Gaius and Lucius, before they died when they were 14, they were made consuls by the Senate. So they were maintaining the family status. And then, unfortunately, they died. I believe it was between 2 and 4 AD. And so the people of Rome named Augustus Patriae themselves. They recognized him as like a universal paterfamilias. And the last, the lives of the 12 Caesars, Suetonius 121 AD. When a vestal was chosen by lot to replace one who had died, Augustus would declare an oath that if any of his granddaughters had been of eligible age, he would have proposed them. I have done this that the citizens might demand of me while I live and of my successors to come, that we attain the standard set by these great men of old. That includes himself, obviously. We both revised existing laws and enacted new ones, for example on profligacy, adultery, chastity, bribery, and to encourage marriage and procreation among the senatorial and equestrian orders. Again, this is maintaining the bloodline of the nobles. When the knight still persisted in urging its repeal during a public show, he sent for his grandchildren born to Germanicus and Agrippina, and he and Germanicus dandled them on their knees, making it clear by his affectionate looks and gestures that they should all follow the young man's example. He's almost guilt-tripping him in this. He's getting his own grandchildren in there, and he's showing off what a good paterfamilias he is. He was always horrified at being called my lord. In fact, he banned it among the people and his own family. He exchanged many social calls and always attended birthday celebrations until he was jostled by the crowd at a betrothal party when he was well on in his years. He never nominated his adopted sons for office without saying if they are worthy, so he's being very modest about that. There was a spontaneous initiative by the whole city to confer the title Father of the Country on Augustus, so that wasn't his idea, according to Augustus. So that's all for Patriae, and in fact we only have one literary source video next. It's the last one, and after that I will be doing Aeneid and Odyssey and eventually Greek religion videos too. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.